Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts, Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy.
All right. Hello, people. What's up? We are the Ages of Rock podcast. We are? Bill. Yeah, we're Bill, Alan.
That was weak,
Dennis.
man.
I know.
Hello, people. It's like,
hello, people.
Hello,
baby.
Yeah, but at least I do it. But I do it without a tape. So
Do better.
I still don't understand that. You hear him talking. He sounds like he's garbling, glass in his throat, and then he starts singing, and it sounds great. And he goes back to.
Well, I don't think it sounds great.
Hush. You just hush.
Right.
I'll let you know how it is whenever he does when they do the sound check.
Yeah,
don't blaspheme.
Because they don't. That's not streamed because he says it. He says this is real every time.
And you know what? I've heard
don't
some
blaspheme
of those,
my boy Paul.
I heard some of those sound checks too. They sound pretty rough. It's like, well, what happened? You come out later.
Just be rough. The rest of us are singing along in the crowd. Nobody cares.
Exactly. All right. Well, this is episode 353. Just for if you're keeping notes.
Tree fitty tree.
Keeps it in his handy dandy book. There you go. And we're going to be talking about album acquisitions. You two have got a concert review that you both went to see, and I didn't see anything. And then I got
what I saw?
What's that?
Saw Bill and Lisa on the other side of the venue.
There you
did.
go.
And Lisa's taking stalker photos of me and Laura.
Who had the better seats?
Me and Laura.
Depends on who you. Depends.
Or if you're wearing Depends. Anyway.
You really didn't need to wear Depends. It was such a good show.
There you go.
No,
it wasn't a 4-hour Taylor Swift show. It was good. It was good though.
Okay. But anyway, we'll talk about that a little bit. And then I'm also brought up this week. It's not really an album. It's not an album. It's kind of an album review, but it's nothing that's this day on this month it came out. But it's just an album. Then somebody had posted the other day.
It did come out on the day.
Actually, actually, to be honest, I just pulled it up on Wikipedia, and it
came out like way back in 1981.
Yeah, but it came out in July of 81, so it's actually it's within a couple days of being its anniversary. But anyway, it's an album actually that I think it was Chris Czynszak. I have a bunch of friends that post stuff. I'm listening to this today and forgot about this album. And I was like, man, I forgot about that album too. So I had listened to it that day. And that's when I thought, man, I really enjoyed it again. So
here, let me give you a little spoiler alert.
What's that?
About my review of this album. I'd never heard it until today.
Really?
Ever.
Very interesting.
I'd never heard it. I'd never heard it until yesterday.
Really?
And guess what?
Never going to hear it again.
We'll talk about it anyway. But we'll tell you what it is and talk about it when the time comes. But anyway,
before you do that, have you ever seen those video clips? The guy that takes music and changes lyrics and stuff, and he calls his clips "There I Ruined It."
Oh yeah,
this is mine and Bill's edition of "There I Ruined It" for tonight's episode.
Okay. All right. Beforehand though, did you get any acquisitions this week or since the last show?
I did, and you guys are going to be so shocked.
Okay,
great.
I bought a Janet Jackson greatest hits record at Target for $8.
Really?
On clearance.
Is it 180 grams?
It is 180 grams, and it's red.
Wow. I haven't been to Target.
I thought it would be black,
Bill,
but it was red.
It's such a bitch to get in and out of Target over there, and I just don't go into that.
Yeah, the Target that we've got,
getting there is like a back 40
pain in the ass.
Yeah, they usually have like some stuff on clearance. They had that. They had a Madonna remix thing that looked horrible. And then there was another one that I don't know who it was. I have no idea. I've never heard the person. I have no idea. But it was $8. I'm like, $8?
That's cheap.
Yeah.
No, last time I was in there, they had quite a few albums last time, but they redid it. So I don't know where they put the
Jackson.
album. Anyway.
Albums used to be right up front over there, right? Like when you went in the door, they were just to the left.
Right, but they redid the store. So
They
last time I was in
around.
there, they weren't there, and I was in a hurry. I was taking something back for Kelly, so I just went to the service desk and got the hell out of there. And I didn't want to go look for stuff, but anyway.
Yeah, our Target has decided to rearrange things. It's pissed me off.
Yeah, they redid the whole store.
That's a corporate down thing.
Yeah.
So they get it in their head. Once you figure out how the store's laid out, we got to change it.
Got to change it so that you can go buy like other stuff.
When you're old and you go to the grocery store and they've changed the layout.
Right.
Man, that pisses people off.
It does.
And Aldi's, if you go to Aldi's, they change that one damn area every week.
Costco does every day. They change their shit around. They'll switch freezers. I mean, they'll move everything from one freezer to another freezer. Oh, Costco's terrible about that shit. One day it's here, some days it's over here. It's moved around all the time. It's really
wow.
So how about we talk about album acquisitions instead of grocery stores?
We were doing that.
We're getting
derailed.
All right, so I went over the other day and I finally picked up my Foo album that's still sealed. I haven't had a chance to open it. It's white.
What is it?
It's the Foo Fighters.
Oh, it has a that we just reviewed.
Yeah, but here we are, and you can actually. It's really light. You can see the actual songs on the back here, and it's supposedly in white vinyl. So so I got it and think.
Is there a significance for all the white?
No, I don't think
so. That's the album art. That's the album art. That's.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know if there was I didn't know if there was like
no, and there's kind of like some lines across it. You can't hardly.
It kind of reminds me of Static on the Horizon or something.
Kind of, but it also
it's got some texture to it or something like that.
Virginia and Taylor, so it's anyway. It's got a little bit of color in it. It's hard to see on here, but you can see it. But anyway, I'm going to open it up and finally give that a listen to. So, and I also got, and you know what? Kiss Online, you bastards, you need to take note. Take note, because of Nuclear Blast Records knows how to ship albums. Okay, you order the fucking thing, it tells you when it's going to come out. I got an email saying, here's your tracking number. It didn't stay in freaking whatever the hell it was for 3 weeks before it got shipped out. It came the day that it was supposed to come. When they did ship it, they also shipped it in a really nice heavy-duty cardboard container that also had corner pieces that were put on the album first, then put into the box. I mean, it's very well. So you get them, and the corners are real sharp and nice and everything else. So hats off to those guys at Nuclear Blast.
Be careful, them sharp corners will poke you in the eye.
Put your eye out. But this is that Elegant Weapons album that I was talking about the other day, the horns for Halo, the one that Christopher Williams is in. This is a strictly limited edition, clear black marbled vinyl, limited to 1,000 copies. Also was kind of neat. They sent the CD thing with the booklet with it, and it's signed by the whole band. So I thought that was really cool. They just sent it along with the.
So you bought the autographed CD version and the LP?
No, I just bought the LP and they just.
Yeah, I know, but I mean.
Anyway, so they threw that in. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool.
Nice.
Well, I mean, the thing is, they can't sign the album because of the plastic on it. So I think that's how they're doing it, to give you something that's signed by the band.
That's cool.
Plus the booklet. Great. I don't think that the album. I have to open it, but I haven't seen it. But it's a double album, so it's got the wider, I guess, written where they're not crammed everything on one album, so it's supposed to sound better. But anyway, got that. So hats off to those guys. And I've been listening to Christopher
back on here. He hasn't been on here for a long time.
I'd like to get him on here to talk about that album because I'm really digging it. Like I said, I haven't pulled it out of the thing, but so anyway, I paid $39 for it. But like I said, limited edition. I don't think it was too bad. Anyway,
I have a couple that haven't arrived that I've ordered that have not.
I did too. I ordered
arrived yet.
I ordered a reissue. Well, I'll talk about it when it comes. But anyway, yeah, I've got one. I ordered another one the other day. What was it I ordered? I've got 2 albums on the way. But anyway, so that's what I got. Alan, did you get anything this week? Last 2 weeks?
I got poked in the eye by a dog.
That's not the question you should be asking on this show.
Did you get anything?
It's a loaded question. Loaded. Well, or
All right.
unloaded. I don't know.
So, I mean, news-wise, you guys heard and seen anything newsworthy you'd like to talk about?
I know the only thing that it's not really newsworthy other than the fact that AI is a big thing right now.
Right.
But if I remember it, I'm going to share the link on our Facebook page.
Okay.
But somebody took AI and took the lyrics to Baby Got Back and made Elvis sing it across Heartbreak Hotel or one of those Elvis songs.
Nice. That's cool.
It on the one hand, it's really cool because it's something different. But on the other hand, it goes to show how artificial intelligence is going to change the landscape well, I mean, it already has changed the landscape, but of basically the entertainment industry in general.
Yeah, exactly. So interesting.
Don't Be Cruel, not a Heartbreak Hotel. I think it was one of them Elvis songs.
Did we not learn anything from Terminator?
Right.
Skynet is real.
That's kind of like Jurassic Park and them wanting to regenerate dinosaurs. We made like, 5 movies telling you why that's a bad idea.
Take a couple hours, sit down and watch the first Jurassic Park, and then we'll discuss
something cool. But I haven't bought. I just saw they were cool. So any of those little Funko Pop things, those little.
Mm-hmm. I don't collect those. So I don't know what people do.
There was they put something out today. So there's new music ones that came out. So I have a Bon Scott one, a Dee Snider one, a Jimi Hendrix, Snoop Dogg, which is kind of cool, an Elvis one, which is kind of cool because he's got the cape on. Cher, or just trying to name off some of the rock ones.
You guys collect any of those? You guys have?
I've got a few of them. I got the Kiss one, a couple of the Kiss ones.
Oh.
Yeah, and my sister got me an Amy Winehouse one.
Okay. Any of the stuff that I collect is because somebody gave it to me.
Yeah, I
they have an Alice Cooper one. This is pretty cool. It's Welcome to My Nightmare. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there he is.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So it's kind of cool. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of neat. Cool. So I got some of those that are kind of cool.
I think they're all kind of cool, but even though I'm younger than you guys, the older I get, the less crap that I want to have in my house, because at some point, we're going to sell this house and we're going to move to a warmer destination in retirement.
Yeah, you got to take all this crap with you.
I ain't taking all that shit with me.
It's kind of funny because I've got a few of those things. I got all these records and all this other crap, and I've got 3 boxes of NASCAR stuff sitting in a storage unit that I'm paying for.
Right. I mean, I
don't know what to do with.
I have specifically asked my son, "Do you want any of this?
Yeah.
Whatever you want, let me know."
But at one time,
hold on a minute.
Sorry.
I asked him, if there's anything specific you want, you tell me, and it's yours. And if you don't want anything, it's not going to hurt my feelings. I don't give a shit. It's just stuff.
Yeah.
So I've got a cousin that's going to get my grandfather clock because he don't want that either.
My mom's always trying to pull stuff on us every time we're up there. It's like, here, why don't you go through this? I was like, Mom, I'm not going through shit. I'm trying to get rid of stuff.
I don't want them. Anything. I don't want them pictures either.
No. But
got some of those. Like people, I don't know who they are.
Right.
Oh, well, we just went through that. Kelly went through her grandma, a big bin of stuff, and I said, if it's a picture of anybody you don't know or scenery,
trash.
I go chuck it, and we got a whole thing of just don't know. Oh, look, it's the corn. What's that place? Corn Palace, where because they used to go
North
on these
Dakota,
trips.
South Dakota, something like that.
They had 85 pictures of that fucking place. I'm like, okay, we've seen one picture of it. We've seen a whole bunch.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's about it.
Other than I keep seeing all kinds of shit about, and I really, every time I see it, I just kind of walk away from it. But man, I guess all the Motley Crue bullshit. Mix keeps saying shit, and it's like
there is an article on Rolling Stone. The Mick Mars. Did I share that with you guys? There's a pretty good article that I read on the Rolling Stone that was specifically Mick Mars. So I'll find that.
His side of the story, anyway.
Well, not necessarily his side of the story. I don't even think it was really an interview with him. It was more about him than anything else.
Oh.
But yeah, I'll share that with you guys later.
I wonder if John Five's just kind of go, man, what did I get my ass into?
John Five's like,
I just keep writing the checks, people. I don't care what you guys are doing.
That's true.
Doesn't affect me at all.
It's like jumping into a Sharknado. It's just,
I mean, John Five's going to go do what?
Right.
If he's not,
Well, he was doing pretty well with Rob Zombie.
But, well, yeah, but I mean, that's
I
what
guarantee you the Motley Crue check is bigger.
Oh,
I guarantee you his check. That's what I'm saying. What's he going to do? He's going to.
There's another 0 or 2 on that.
Right, because he went from arenas to stadiums.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And not playing in America only.
But other than that, I really ain't. Nothing's really been going on in the rock. I mean, nothing that's caught my eye or anything. Should have wrote it down because I always forget of stuff. I'll think of something as soon as we get off there. I'll like, oh shit, I forgot about that. Anyway.
Well, I mean, those shows are coming up, so that's a good thing. Yeah. There's a lot of concerts out there coming up, and venues are getting going with the summer, and it's kind of nice. So
I don't have anything planned until Kiss. Actually, I didn't buy anything.
Good Lord, dude, that's November.
I know. I don't have anything to go to right now. I mean, we're honestly we're 2.5 weeks from leaving for France, so that's my main thing this summer.
You need to try to catch a show in France.
I wish we could, but
that'd be cool.
I know.
Go to one of those festivals. Don't go to the Glastonbury Festival. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but I guess the reviewers just smoked on Axl Rose.
Oh,
just roasted him.
Ripped that dude apart.
And then so Noah was watching some of the video from it, and I'm like, that is the reason I have no desire to ever see that band live.
I just did see another reviewer saying something about Dave Grohl, please, won't you let one of the bands play without you? Because I guess Dave's showed up, played it with Guns N' Roses and that, and then they showed up under a different name. I surprised everybody. They weren't even on the ticket, and they actually played.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if I was in Dave Grohl's shoes and had the opportunity to get on stage with Paul McCartney or Axl Rose or AC/DC, anybody would let me up or screech or play a guitar, I'd be right there on it.
Well, hell yeah.
I wouldn't give a shit what any of you silly little podcasters had to say.
Oh, I know. But I'm just saying it's funny.
Of course, I feel the same way if Gene and Paul said, hey, Alan, would you come take the Catman in a fucking heartbeat?
Right.
I'd have that makeup on faster than I could get regular clothes off.
People can be mad about anything, but you know what? We all do it in our own jobs.
That's right.
But they'd say, Alan, you have to shave that beard off. Would you get the razor out right there and just whack that shit off?
You know how much money I'm getting paid? Fuck yes, I will.
I know.
Yeah, what else do you need?
All right.
Well, I'm going to contacts. I can do that.
I'm going to mute my mic, and I'm going to let you two talk about a concert you guys just saw.
All right. Bill and I Laura and I went to Nashville to see Bryan Adams and Joan Jett, and Bill and Lisa happened to go to the same show.
On the other side of the arena.
On the other side of the arena. And the funniest part about it was I get a text message saying, I see you. And I didn't realize at first who it was because I didn't have Lisa's name programmed into my phone. But as soon as I saw the picture and I looked up, I could see tall guy with a hat, shorter woman. I'm like, there's Lisa and Bill right there.
Yeah, it was good. Great show. It was at Bridgestone in Nashville. It was. I'd never been in there before.
And we
seriously,
Laura and I literally stayed a block away. We stayed at Embassy Suites, I believe it was.
And we stayed 2 blocks away. We were at maybe 3. We were at Home 2, right up. I mean, come out of the Broadbent and walk right up the street 3 blocks. You run right into the hotel.
The low point of that whole day for me was we went to Rippy's Barbecue across the street from Bridgestone, and there was a pretty shitty country band, and they spent the last 30 minutes of their show begging the audience, oh, if you want to hear, Devil Went Down to Georgia, you got to give us $100 or we won't play it, So they finally conned people into $100, and it was a con because the guy singing it, I don't think that dude ever heard the fucking song. I mean, his flow of the rhythm was so bad, I almost got up and said, hey, can I finish singing this song?
Well, pre-show, that's interesting. Yeah. So how was it? Did you stick around for another band, or was that were you done then?
Well, there was another band. We were still eating when they got done, but there was another band setting up, and we were going to stick around, but they just kept filling around and filling around and filling around. It's like, dudes, when are y'all gonna start?
Yeah.
But the bass player kept smacking on his microphone because it wasn't getting a signal, and he was getting pissed off. And I'm like, they're not starting anytime soon. So we went ahead and went across the street to the venue.
Yeah, so we got there well pretty early because we got there at noonish their time because we went straight to Peg Leg Porker because that was the only thing that Lisa wanted to do. Well, and go to the concert.
When Brian Harris and I went to see Rod Stewart, we went to Peg Leg.
Yeah, so we drove straight to Peg Leg. It's right behind. It's actually behind the cannery, behind the what used to be the Mercy Lounge. Is that right?
Okay. Was it, I guess, a barbecue joint?
Yeah, but it's for me. I think it's the best. It's like they have Edley's and Martin's and Peg Leg, and I didn't know about Rippy's. So,
I've never heard of Peg Leg.
Of the three of those that I've been to, that's by far the best.
Cool. I like to go there.
Yeah, it was really good. And
I'll mark that down.
Yeah, so we went straight there.
Say it's Peg Leg.
So besides a barbecue review, we're going to talk about.
Well, I want to know about.
Yeah, so I went to. So before that, though, before we get to Brian, I went to. Thought we were going to go see the band Garden of Eden, which is a band we had their lead singer on the show one time, like years ago, a couple years ago. I saw that they were playing. Yeah, I saw that they were playing, so I was excited because they were going to play at 4. So we got lunch in, got everything kind of figured out, but what we were going to do, go check in, all that kind of good stuff. And then we got to Bowie's at, I don't know, they're supposed to start at 3, at 4. We got there at 3:40, 3:45-ish. Walked in and went, those don't look like the guys. So it was not them. They were actually either on another show or they were not able to make it. So they had somebody else slip in. Her name, lead singer was, I don't remember. I thought I had written it down, but I didn't write it down. Anyway, they were really good. They played a lot of 70s and 80s covers, rock covers, stuff. But she did like a Stevie Nicks song, stuff like that. Did a great job. I thought they were really good. But we had to leave because we need to go back to the hotel, do some stuff, and then change clothes and then get some food. But they were really good. So you've heard us talk about that before. Bowie's in Nashville is the rock scene, at least downtown. So it's 2 blocks off Broadway, off 3rd Street. I would suggest going there and checking it out. There's always something going on around 4 o'clock. So
I was gonna say, do they have it all day or just starting around 4?
No, I looked at it. It was usually around 4 is when it looks like the bands typically start. No, they're not doing,
like downtown.
No.
I got you.
No, I mean because they're 2 blocks off. I mean, you got to know to go there. You're not
right.
Yeah. But if you see the wild beaver, you're a half a block away.
I've seen a lot of wild beavers last time.
I'm just saying. If you see the wild beaver, half block.
They're all over the place.
Heard some live music.
The real question: were those wild beavers shaved or not?
Right.
Not the ones I saw. Jason, we watched some stuff at Jason Aldean's place or Tequila Cowboy, whatever it's called. I don't know. And then we went over to John Rich's place where and it's called Redneck Riviera. So I try to go there. He's a big supporter of the military and stuff like that. So I go in there and try to spend some bucks. It wasn't horrible. But afterwards, man,
I know.
Afterwards, we walked down and then walked back to the room because it was like it smelled bad. It's just bad. Anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about Bryan Adams.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Joan Jett first.
Well, let's talk about Bryan Adams. We talk about Joan. If you reviewed Joan Jett before, it's the same damn review.
Well, no, it is not. Because Joan Jett just put out a new EP.
She did
a few weeks ago, and I know she played 4 songs off of that EP on this show.
Oh no!
So, and I never looked up to see how many songs she had on her EP, but I think she got all of the songs in. I don't think she had but 4 or 5.
I think it's 6 on the EP is what's on the air.
Is it?
I think so because I saw it the next day. We went to a record shop on the way out of town, and they had it there.
But she opened the show with one of her new songs and played a couple of her new songs in the middle of the show and closed the show with a new song. Yeah. But what was really funny is she had a music stand in front of her.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
She pointed out that they had just recorded a new EP and released it a couple of weeks ago, and that she didn't have the words to the songs memorized yet, so she had to get her teleprompter ready. So she had that open for the lyrics for two of those songs.
That wasn't really a
good.
distraction or anything. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like,
well, I would be willing to bet that a lot of people wouldn't have
Oh.
even noticed that had she not said anything.
well, or they would have said, "Look, she doesn't even know the words to her own song." I mean,
Yeah.
that somebody you'd have
Well,
these
and
assholes.
that could be why she pointed out that she had that.
Yeah.
You know, but regardless, you know, she did most of her hits. The show, the set list, that's the big word I'm looking for here, set list. The set list for Nashville was definitely different from the set list from when I saw her last year on the Motley Crue tour.
Yeah.
Because she opened up with Victim of Circumstance last time, which I was really excited about that. That's one of my favorite Joan Jett songs. And she didn't play it all this time. So
Sorry,
but I mean that's one thing I will give her credit for. Even though the show was just okay, you know, I will give her credit for she does play different she does pick different songs out of her catalog.
Yeah. Well, the thing with Joan Jett, I think, is Joan Jett is good every time. I mean, she's good. She does her thing. She's good at what she does, and she plays her 45 minutes or whatever it is, and packs as much stuff in there as she can, and it's not bad. It's not horrible by any means, but you get a box, you know, and and you know you're going to get, so to your point of having 3 or 4 different songs in it, that was rare because typically you get the same 7-8 songs is basically what you get every time. So it seems like every time I see her, it's the same songs. But
the only real complaint that I have is I wish Kenny Laguna would quit telling that story right before the song "Fake Friends," because he's a terrible storyteller. Terrible storyteller.
Well, it's like, dude, yeah, I would agree with that.
So anyway, Bryan Adams.
Yeah, dude,
for Laura and I, that was both a first for us because neither one of us had seen him before.
Yeah, that was third or fourth time for us. I believe it was third time. We saw him in Evansville at Mesker. We saw him I don't think we saw him in Indy. I know we saw him in St. Augustine at the amphitheater there a couple of years ago with the Reckless.
That Reckless anniversary.
And then there, and I could he could have played all night. I'd have been very happy.
So question, is he promoting anything right now, or is he just kind of doing
he has a new record out.
So it's new music. Okay, I got you. I didn't know he was just like doing a hits tour.
I think it's So Happy. What is it called? So happy
it hurts.
It hurts. Yeah, So Happy It Hurts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some cool stuff. I mean, the thing I liked about it was the stage was a big video screen, but the stage was stripped down. There was nothing on the stage but the instruments, some amps. There was not a bunch of other hoo-ha.
Speaking of the big screen, his sound techs and video techs did something that I thought was very cool. Because have you ever been watching the big screen and what's going on the big screen is like a half a second behind of what you're hearing? They program the sound system, since it's all digital. They program that delay in there so that when you're watching the screen, you're seeing it correctly.
Because that was cool.
Because he's about this tall on the stage, but he's this big on the screen. So it was really nice to see the drum hit when you're supposed to see it, or hear it when you see it, and everything. I thought that was really cool, and I'm glad you brought that up because I would have forgot to bring it up.
Yeah, and they had a camera on a rail behind the stage, on the back of the stage. It was showing the crowd while he was performing, which was really cool. And at one point in time, and I have a photo of it, near the end, he did a song. Everybody held up their cell phone. So the background for him playing was the crowd holding up their cell phone.
That's cool.
So it was really pretty cool. I mean, they did some really neat things with it, but otherwise there was not a lot. There wasn't anything else on the stage. It was very bare. But and he had like a extra stage out front, probably 6 feet, that ran the entire length of the stage, that they were able to get out there and get a little bit closer on each end and put them a little closer to the crowd, which I thought was pretty cool. But the set list was great. I mean,
How long did he play?
I'm like listing all the other songs I wanted to hear.
But he played every song that I wanted to hear, even one I forgot I knew. He did that acoustic version of Straight from the Heart.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh wow, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, there's a ton, man. There's a lot of stuff.
And I was really, really, really surprised that Summer of '69 was not the last song. It wasn't even really close to the end. It was like six or seven songs from the end.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple other songs that I just like a lot of his stuff. So there's a lot of stuff he doesn't touch. He did probably 2 or 3 songs off the new record, I think. That I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, there's a House Arrest is one of my favorite Bryan Adams songs. If you ever hear that song, I would love to hear that in an arena loud, because it's a perfect live song to get people going.
You should have hollered at him before the show, man.
I should have. When people were saying, when he said, "What do you want to hear?" and somebody hollered something, and he started playing it. I was like, okay, I didn't know that's how this was going to go down.
Yeah. Well, see, I always wonder, is that real or is that a setup? Because they do
Who knows
songs. Because Laura looked at the set list, and from the night before, those songs in that middle section were different songs. But I'd like to see recordings of it just to see if it kind of looked staged the same way.
Yeah.
Like the drummer was like, well, I don't know that song, but I'll play it anyway.
He's like, fine, I'll just do it. I'll just do it myself. You don't have to bother. But I thought the ending was awesome. How they did the thing where they had everybody came up at front and they all bowed at the end. And then the band left and he stayed and did 3 more songs.
He did 2 or 3 more songs.
2 or 3 more songs. Yeah. Just acoustic. And it was great. When it was over, I was like, damn.
He did one thing on stage that as a musician, it really kind of upset me. When he got done playing his harmonica, he took it off and just stood behind him. I'm like, man, that's abusing an instrument, man.
Yeah. But yeah, it was great. It was a great show.
It was a great show. Yeah.
You get a chance to see him. It's really good.
How long did he play?
Right at 2 hours.
About 2 hours. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Close.
Yeah. And that's perfect.
He
you don't want to get
26 songs.
Wow. Yeah.
26.
Cool. That's a lot.
Yeah. Paul Stanley, 26.
And Paul Stanley, he played different songs the night before. Crazy shit.
And he didn't use a tape.
And he's not blowing up the world, and really, that's okay. Nobody wants to see that all the time anyway.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. You guys
Paul will never see this.
I don't give a shit if he did or not.
We'll know he does when I get blocked on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. That'll be it.
Cool.
You got blocked because of making bad comments about on your podcast.
Well, it sounds like you had a good time. I wish I would.
Yeah, it was great.
See him.
But it's kind of funny because we were in the same arena, sitting that far away from each other, and never actually got within 5 feet of each other.
Wow. Interesting.
Well, we got to town at different times, and by the time they got to town, they were already in town. They were already in town down there eating something. So me and Laura checked into the hotel, and then we took naps, and then we got up from our nap. We went to get something to eat, and they were doing something else, which wasn't napping either.
No, we were at Bowie's.
Yeah, they were at Bowie's.
Then we were at the hotel.
Cool. Gotcha.
Anyway, let's do this album review.
Okay. So anyway,
I can smell supper cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's done. This
won't take long. So anyway, like I said, Chris Czynszak is the one that I think put it up on the thing, and I was like, man, I hadn't heard that album in a long time, so I pulled it out, and I was like, man, this is really good. So I want you guys to do the same thing. We'll do this kind of as a regular thing if you want to. We'll each let you guys do the same thing. But anyway, that the record is by Shooting Star, and it's Hang On For Your Life. This album came out. It's actually the second album by the group Shooting Star. The song Flesh and Blood featured a violin solo that is an unusual sound in an up-tempo rock song. American radio stations embrace the record. The songs Hang On For Your Life, Hollywood, Breakout, and Are You On My Side, along with Flesh and Blood, all received airplay. This was the last Shooting Star album to feature the original lineup, as founding keyboardist Bill Guthrie departed the band following the release. This came out in 1981 of July. It was recorded in Randy Bachman's Legend Studios in Linden, Washington. That's 40 minutes and 8 seconds. It was they were on Virgin Records, actually. They were one of the first rock bands on Virgin Records.
They were a Virgin band?
Virgin. The songs are Flesh and Blood, Hang On For Your Life, Are You On My Side, Teaser, Hollywood, Breakout, You're So Good, She's Got Money, You've Got Love, and Sweet Alicia. I remember this song. I remember that when this album came out in 81, I would have been a sophomore in high school. A friend of mine
I was
had
11.
I know. You were tough. A friend of mine actually had this on I don't know if I think he had it on a cassette, and we used to listen to it. And I do remember these songs being on the radio. To me, I think like Flesh and Blood has almost a Kansas kind of sound to it with that violin. It kind of reminds me of some of the stuff that Kansas does. It also, like Hang On For Your Life, kind of has a little Y&T kind of sound to it.
Funny you mentioned Y&T.
But I mean, I think that the vocals is a little, but it's just the way these songs are put. And then like Breakout has got to just. I mean, I think it's except for the couple songs at the end, it kind of loses me toward the end. I really, really like this album. And like I said, when I listened to it the other day, I was like, oh, damn, I forgot about that song. But anyway, but the thing was, I had forgot about it for a long time, and I was like thinking one day, I was like going, what was that record with the guy on a dirt bike jumping over a bed? And I could not think about it for anything. And then I think I Googled one time record album with the dirt bike jumping over a bed, and it came up Shooting Star. I actually bought this at Electric Ladyland in Louisville. This is where I found this, and this is an OG copy. And so we paid $5.99 for it. Anyway, so what do you guys think?
Well, so we're not gonna review this album song by song.
We
no,
can.
No. It's okay.
We can run through it real quick. No, seriously.
It's okay. I was just asking a question.
I can give my review pretty quickly.
Okay.
The first song, Flesh and Blood,
right?
I would not have made that the opening track. I would have made the title track, the opening track, Hang On For Your Life. That was the song that I liked best off of that album.
Right.
The rest of the songs to me were, I didn't dislike them. They were just okay. Nothing jumped out at me as, oh my God, I got to hear this again. But I thought the singer's voice reminded me an awful lot of, how does Dave pronounce his last name? Manichetti?
Manichetti, yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, from Y&T. So I think you were dead on with your description of the Y&T-ish sound.
It does. And if you remember their first album, they had a song on radio called, a song called Last Chance. And it had some violin in it too. And if I know you're thinking, I've never heard that song before, but if you pull it up one of these days, you'll know what it is. I mean,
I'm telling you, I heard 10 new songs yesterday.
Really? You hadn't heard any of these?
I don't ever remember hearing any of these.
Wow, that's crazy.
Actually, that's not true.
Well, now keep in mind, Dennis, from my perspective, I grew up in small farming community in Kentucky. And we were far enough away from Evansville that I couldn't pick up KC 103. We could basically pick up the AM stations that got better signal out. So a lot of that FM gold I missed out on.
Exactly.
Yeah, she only got the Opry.
That's all right.
On Saturday night.
And the farm report.
Porter Wagner and Dolly Parton.
Pork bellies today are running at 39 cents a pound. Anyway.
All right, Les Nessman.
Anyway, we can run through the songs real quick if you want to. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. Flesh and Blood.
It doesn't make so okay. I'll start with that because that song. You guys, so listen to that song again, just the beginning of it, just a couple, and tell me that is not Head First by the Babies. Because that is the exact same melody. The first song.
Oh, okay.
Now that you say that, I can see that.
I mean, as soon as I heard it, I'm like, shit. And then when I looked it up, the Babies song came out in 1978, and this came in 1981. I'm like, I wonder if John Waite and those guys got any money from that, because if you listen, when you go back and listen to it now, you're going to go, damn.
And Gary West and Van McLean wrote this. So Gary West was the keyboard player.
Well, he stole it.
That's
what I'm saying. And when you listen to it, you're going to go,
he must have been a John Cain. He was a John Cain fan. I'll have to listen to that. That's interesting. I kept getting such.
I don't think that was a Jonathan Cain thing. It was the Babies. Jonathan was in the Babies, was he?
He was
in the Babies too.
He was the keyboard player. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I knew he was in Bad English. I wasn't sure. I didn't realize.
No, he was in
the Babies. The Babies and Bad English and Journey are all the same band. He's just got different everybody else in the band.
He just got rid of everybody else.
He's the common thread for all of those bands.
No, I didn't realize that. I had such a Kansas vibe from it that I wasn't thinking anything else. I was like, oh no, that is.
Yeah, but yeah. And
the best part about it is you'll never be able to unhear that now. And you can thank Bill for that.
That'll be interesting. I'll have to listen to that now.
Yeah, cool. So my note was violin ? And wait, that's Head First by the Babies. That's my note I wrote.
All right, Alan, you want to go for it? What you already did?
I've pretty much given my review.
Okay, Hang On for Your Life. You said that should have been the starter.
That should have been the starter for me. That was the banger on the album. I did like that song, and I probably will end up playing that one on my radio show at some point.
It is a good song. I like that one. That's probably my third favorite song. Anyway, Bill.
I said a good rock song should have been the first. Should have been the opener.
And the funny thing is I said Bill's going to say to myself when I was listening to it. I said self, and I knew I was talking to myself because I recognized my voice.
All right,
but I knew Bill was going to say the same thing.
Yep.
There you go. Third song. Are You on My Side? I don't like the way it starts out, but then when it kicks in, I get it. Then it's just got a weak start on it, but.
We call those intros.
Yeah, weak intro.
Sorry.
You didn't like it, Bill? Nah. Okay. Alan?
This is nah. It's just meh. It's just like, it's okay. It's not.
Yeah. I think you're going to get like 6 more mehs from Bill and Alan, though.
What about you, Alan? About the same?
Yeah.
No, you went, Bill goes, meh.
Okay.
You got it different. Okay. All right. Fourth song, Teaser. I love that guitar lick in that. I think it's a cool song. I like it.
All right, then.
I did say big. I said big intro. I said chugga chugga chugga, and I like it. I like that song.
Yeah, it is. It's catchy.
There you go.
It doesn't mean I'm going to go out and buy it and play it again. It just means I liked it off the record.
Right. All right. Hollywood. I like that. I like that song. I think it's a cool song.
I got to play a little bit of that. Oh, yeah, that's the song.
That's got a little bit of, I think it's another Kansas-y kind of little part in it. Anyway.
I wrote ballad, piano, boring, good for nap time. I'm not shitting you guys. I can read it right there.
Oh, I believe you. I believe you. All right. So now Bill wakes up from his nap, and we have the song Breakout. That's a cool lick. I like that one too. That's got a.
Doesn't sound like anything like Ace Frehley's Breakout.
No, not at all. So
or Scorpions.
Yeah, true.
That's Blackout.
Oh yeah. Blackout. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You're close.
Well, that's none of us know what we're talking about, but yet here we are, 353 episodes later, still not knowing.
As long as the 5 people are still listening, we're good.
Giving out wrong information and just bad reviews.
I'm missing dinner. They're in there eating. I can hear the forks clanging.
We're almost done. So Breakout, good or bad? What did you say in your notebook after you woke up from your nap?
It sounded like a different vocalist to me. Like it wasn't the same guy.
I don't know.
Vocals were very different. And I just said it wasn't bad. Not bad.
Okay. Alan, same. Yeah. Okay. You're so good.
I have good harmonies.
Yeah. I kind of fall. This is where after Breakout, I'm kind of like this. The rest of these songs, I'm kind of just like,
So what you're saying is side 2 kind of sucks.
It kind of loses its lackluster for me.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
it's
a
not
polite way to say that it sucks.
Is it bad? No, but I would just flip. I just stay on the one side.
It's bad, dude. Got to call an ugly baby ugly sometimes.
Oh, there you go. And She's Got Money, which that's a little bit better of the 4 in song.
That's the best song on that side.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. If you have to say there's a best one on that side.
You Got Love. I just had to fucking just kind of go.
That's the 9th song?
That's the second last or the
yeah.
second.
Yeah. Yeah. I said All Over the Place.
Yeah, I'm like you.
Just horrible.
I was like, man,
somebody didn't tell them. Somebody didn't love them enough to go, don't put that on a record.
It's like, man, your first part of that album's great. You just need a couple more songs to fill.
Hey, do you have it? Oh, you know what they said?
What?
You've got 5 good songs. We just need 5 shitty ones.
Well, it's called. You know what it's called, Bill? It's called filler.
Yeah,
that's
all filler, no thriller.
That's right, filler. And then it ends up with Sweet Alacia, and that's
Sweet Fellatio. What?
No, Elacia.
Oh. Hey, wait, I like Alan's option better.
But anyway,
I wrote bad. I wrote in my notebook, bad ending. Good God.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Please let it be over.
Like I said, the first half of the album is really good.
I can't wait to find a horrible record for you. That's what I'm doing.
Okay,
we're going to review Back in Black.
Well, I can listen to some of. There's some shit I'd have to skip.
We're going to review Concrete by.
Hey, at least I didn't ask you to listen to New England again.
I saw the Elder. I saw somebody had that for sale in a record shop I was in for $8. I'm like,
wow, that's high dollar.
That record is worth a quarter at the most.
$5. It's a $5.
Oh, I did buy another record.
Oh, what's that?
I bought John Waite's first solo record after he left the Babies.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Is that the one that's got
let me grab it real quick. I forgot about that.
That Change. Does it have Change on it? That's my favorite John Waite song solo.
I don't know. You have to ask him.
They had a video for that. Don't you remember that video? Does that got Change on it?
He doesn't have his headset on yet. Hang on.
Put your headset on, ding dong.
What?
Does it have Change on it?
Yes.
I love that song. There's a video for that. That's a great.
Yes, it has White Heat, Change, Mr. Wonderful, Going to the Top, Desperate Love, Temptation, Be My Baby Tonight, Make It Happen, Still in Love with You, Wildlife. Yeah,
that was a huge MTV video. I love that.
Yeah,
song.
It's a video kind of thing. So I got it for $5.
Oh, that's a good. That's
There's a little record shop in Nashville.
I think I might.
He talked about that song Change on that documentary about how it got such.
I still got to watch that.
MTV
I still have not.
I tell you, since I watched that, I have gotten so I have downloaded so much of his stuff. I'd love to see him live again now because he still sounds pretty good. Because I saw him 2 years ago.
I'm trying to see,
but not. It wasn't very. It was only he was only did a couple songs on that rock super group thing he was in with.
Oh, now that I'm
John.
You mean Bad English?
John.
No, it was with Lita Ford and Duff McKagan and Scott Gorham, a bunch of those different guys from different bands that were all together.
What are you looking up, Dennis?
Sean McNabb. John
Waite. I have no breaks. That's the only John Waite album that I have.
Yeah, this one's called Ignition.
Real quick, because I would have thought of this right after I got off the thing. I did see a thing the other night. Somebody went to one of these latest Frampton shows where he's sitting in a chair but playing, and he did a song for John Reagan. Actually had John's picture on the screen behind him and did an acoustic.
That is
very nice.
Really, I thought that was really good. And Frampton, I mean, he's still out there putting it out there as much as he can because of his, he's got issues that he can't stand hardly anymore and everything, but still plays wonderful. But he did a whole God, who posted it on it's on Facebook. It's on, or you can look it up on YouTube. But he did, I can't remember the name of the song, but he did it. Oh, it was because Rich Kosak from Mr. Speed saw it and said it was really neat, said it was really cool. But I guess him and John were really good friends. He played with Peter for a long time. But I thought that was really nice and really cool for him to do that. Anyway,
I did go to 2 other shows this weekend. I forgot. Yeah. I went to 2 shows. I went to see a band called Crush, which is a Bon Jovi tribute band for free in the park. They were far better than Bon Jovi when I went to see Bon Jovi last year with John Bon Jovi.
Anybody's better than
I'm telling you, the Bon Jovi band needs to fire John and hire that dude because he sounds a shit ton better.
Kind of like Wrecking Crew needs to.
Yeah, that was really good.
Lord.
They're really good.
I would sound better than John Bon Jovi.
And then on Saturday night, we went to the Mallow Run Winery and saw Hairbanger's Ball. Cool thing about that, I had messaged our buddy Brian, asked him if he was going to. Told him I was going to be there. They had shot a video. Well, they played a video on their YouTube or on some channel, YouTube or whatever. They did Uncle Tom's Cabin.
I saw that.
Put that in the set list. So I said, hey, if I come, please do Uncle Tom's Cabin. I don't know if it's going to be in the set list. So we exchanged some things. So I got a kidney stone on Friday morning at 2 a.m. So I didn't think I was going to make the show Saturday. So I texted him on Saturday, said, I don't think I'll be there. Then I ended up telling him when I got there and said, hey, I made it. So at the show, they go on the break, 3 songs in. He said, this song is not in the set, but we're doing it anyway because my buddy Bill's not feeling good and he's here tonight. And this is for him. And they played it.
Cool.
In front of like 2,000 people or however many.
And it's a
that
great
place
song.
Was packed, dude. There were a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
They do a really good job of that on that video. I saw it. And they do a fantastic.
But it's funny.
job.
I was right down front. There's this big hill. All these people are sitting. I was down there, and I go
holding your back, going, "Oh, I gotta."
No, because. But I was like, that is so cool. I'm like, oh my god! And the guy in front of me goes, yeah, who's Bill? And I go, I'm Bill. I'm the guy he's talking about. And then I talked to him after the show. It's pretty funny.
Well, that was good.
It was pretty cool.
Good for him.
Like,
that's cool.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, who'd have thunk it?
Not me. All right, we probably ought to get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. You guys got to eat. You bastards.
People, you guys know what to do. You gals too, if there's any gals actually listening. Visit agesofrock.com. Visit our social media and past links and episodes and all of that horse shit. And until next time, peace out. Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.